Okay, you guys, welcome to Club Pacino. Y'all, I am currently on my bathroom floor because I don't have anywhere else to do this video. So I'm here on the bathroom floor and I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna talk, but I'm gonna try to be on topic today. Today we are talking about water, H2O. Hydrogen and two oxygen atoms come together and they make the substance water. Now, I'm just going to talk about my love for water. I'm not saying that I'm the water expert. I'm not a marine biologist. I'm not none of that. I just know a couple things about water and I love water. Anybody that follows me on Instagram know every picture I have is next to water. I love water. I wear seashells every day. I wear a pearl every day. I have the anchor tattoo on my neck. I really love water. It's one of my favorite, it's my favorite element. So let's get into it. So water, what I love about water so much is the fluidness, the versatility. Water is never still. And if it is still, water can be still, but the water does not like to be still. And anybody that loves water knows this. Water does not like to be still, does not like to be contained, it does not like to be in one place. How do we know this? Because we learn it in school, the water cycle. The water comes down from the mountains into streams and rivers. It flows from the highest peaks of the earth. It flows down, it goes into the ocean, the rivers. It then evaporates from the sun, it goes into the clouds, it turns into water vapor, it comes back down as the rain, the sleet, the hail, the snow. Water does not like being still. Water is constantly in motion. It's the life force of this planet. It's what this planet, the planet's foundation rests upon, water. In ancient Egypt, when they built their temples and buildings and stuff like that, they used water to measure the flatness of the building in the land. And they would build like a pond around the temple to make sure that the temple is on stable land and that it's flat. Water was the first substance in the universe. And we all know this because in every biblical text, and when I say biblical, I mean, I'm talking about every creation story from damn near every religion. Oh, excuse my language. I don't want to cuss. I don't want to curse in this video. From every creation story that I know about, water was the first thing talked about. When you look into the Bible, the first thing it talks about is water. In the beginning, it's water. Even if you go into science, they tell you that the world was first a big, vast ocean. It was just ocean. There was nothing else here but water. And when you look into the Bible, it talks about the cosmic waters. The waters from the heavens are separated from the waters on the earth. And before there was light, it was just darkness, and it was water. Yeah. It was just water. And that's the mystical thing about water, is that water is what birthed everything. Even humans, we come out of our mother's womb when her water breaks, the waters. And yeah, so when I'm around water, I feel more at peace, I feel more in tune, I'm more grounded. And everybody should respect the water, because I don't know if y'all know, but the ocean soaks up most of the sunlight that we get, like the UV rays. Like, it takes in most of the damage that is done to this world. When meteors and like comets and shit like that hit the earth, it mostly goes into the water. That's why you don't really hear of any like catastrophes or like meteors hitting anybody, because the water takes the brunt of that. Of course, I mean, I could get into pollution, and pollution is definitely not good. I'm pretty sure everybody is seeing the effects of pollution today. I mean, I don't want this video to really just be about like the physicality of water, but what I truly want to say is people need to value water more, because being that it's the foundation of everything that we have come to know. Like even God knew like there needs to be water. Let me cool down the earth from the toxic flames that it once was, because yes, it was just molten lava and rock and fire at first, and then the water came down and cooled the earth off, and it was just water for a very long time. The spirituality of water is that water holds damn near all the answers. Ugh, this fly in here. Don't pay that fly no mind. I hate bugs, y'all. The spirituality of water is that water is versatile. Water has a feminine and masculine energy, just like everything else in this world. But water expresses it more fluidly than any other element, because water is the element of fluids in general. And water creates a safe space for every walk of life, whether that be the bugs, humans, plants, other animals, and even like the non-living things have their place in water. Water it represents salvation. It also represents chaos, and people don't understand that chaos is necessary. Negativity is necessary. Even what people perceive as evil is necessary. I'm not saying that it's, but it's necessary, because water represents the divine feminine energies, and fire would represent the divine masculine. And people look at darkness as negativity, when everything, oh Lord, please don't come here. Y'all, my sister might come in here and I'm gonna be pissed. But people look at negativity as the darkness as just negativity. And it's not just negativity. Like, negativity is necessary sometimes. There's things that you don't want. There's things that you want to be negative. There's things that you want to be positive. There's things that you do want. But when you look at the yin and yang symbol, you see the white dot in the black, and you see the black dot in the white, and it represents the balance. There's good and evil, and there's evil and good. Yeah, I think I said that right. Basically, there will always be bad, and there will always be good, and you cannot, just as much as there's good in the world, there is evil. But it doesn't necessarily have to be evil. Some things are just necessary, like a forest fire. We don't know why volcanoes erupt and why there are forest fires, but Mother Nature works in cycles. And with every forest fire comes new growth. They say after a forest fire, the ground is very fertile after that. Like, the ground is like not just the trees, the plants, like the actual earth that it rests upon is very fertile. And there's lots of new growth that can come from that. And that would be considered negativity to some people. But if you look at the other side of the coin, it's good. And there's some things that are just morally wrong. I'm not saying that that everything out here is necessary, no. But I feel like water is God. They say that spirits move through water. That's how they commute. That's how they get to the earthly realm, is through water. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. But I think everybody needs to drink more water. I think everybody needs to go to the water more. I think you need to cleanse in the ocean more. Like, ocean water is very grounding. The high salt content grounds you. The earth under your feet grounds you. The waves cleanse you. In ancient times, our ancestors had to literally bathe in the ocean and in the rivers and anywhere there was water to stay clean. Like, literally, like for their basic hygiene. And water is important. Maybe I need to come back to this video and actually have something profound to say. I'm just saying random facts. I don't really have nothing to say. I think I just want to express my love for water. I don't know everything about water. We don't even know the depths of the ocean. We don't know what the fuck is down there. They're discovering new fish down there every day. And y'all know what I think? I think that the water, like, I'm not going to get into deities. I'm not going to get into like deities and gods and stuff like that. But I think that they say that all wealth and riches come from the ocean. With the mindset of, like, everything goes back to the ocean. Even the sewer, like the sewage and stuff, it all goes back to the ocean. Think about all the treasure, all the ancient civilizations that have lived and died and have been swallowed up by the ocean. Think about all of the treasure and all of the gold and all of the ships that have sunk to the bottom of the ocean, never to be seen or found again. All wealth comes out the ocean. But I also think everything new comes out the ocean, out of water in general. I think everything new comes out the ocean. Like, if you look at the evolution of life in general, from very small organisms, our beings, we crawled out of the ocean, like crabs, or like mold in plants, and like bacteria and stuff. All of that crawled out of the ocean onto the land. And I think that's still being done today. I think that more fish and more animals are literally being created at the bottom of the ocean. And they just, over time, they come to the top of the ocean. But I think there's lots of fertility at the bottom of any body of water, where the light does not hit, where you cannot see. Water also represents your subconscious mind. It represents the things that you don't know, like the things that are outside of this room that I'm in, this bathroom that I'm in. I don't know. I mean, I know, but I don't know what the fuck going on in my neighbor house. I don't know what's going on a few blocks over. That is like kind of like your subconscious mind. We don't know what the fuck is going on at the bottom of the ocean. We don't. And I'm not saying that we should know, but I am saying that maybe a lot of keys, a lot of answers that humans seek are at the bottom of the ocean. I think if we paid more respect to the ocean, to every body of water, I keep saying ocean, I don't know why, but to every body of water, we would have a better relationship with nature, because everything in nature needs water first. Like, of course we need sunlight too, but even the sun goes away. Like, the sun goes away at night and the moon is here by day, and the moon rules over what? The ocean. And, you know, there's, and, you know, they say that the universe, now we're not talking about Earth no more, we're talking about the universe. They say that the universe, this universe that we live in, I'm not talking about just the Milky Way galaxy, I'm talking about the whole universe. They say that it is, as far as we know, that it is 99% dark matter. And if you believe in the concept of as above, so below, like, that means, you know, what's happening in the spiritual realm, what's happening in heaven. And, you know, the ancients considered the sky the heavens, what we didn't see, what the universe is the heavens. And this would be the below, as above, so below. Or some people look at this as the above, and like the below, like the underworld. Either way, the spirit world and the physical world, as above, so below. Whatever is happening here is also happening on the spiritual realm. And they say that anything that happens and materializes here have first had to come through the spiritual realm. Like, it has to manifest in the spiritual before you can have it in the physical. And they say that the universe is made up of 99% dark matter. So if we look at what is dark matter, like, dark matter would be the darkness, the pitchness, the blackness of the night sky. When we look into the sky and we look at the stars, we see the stars, they are balls of gas, but they are not dark matter. Dark matter is the darkness, the blackness of the sky. That's what we see. The blackness of the universe, that is dark matter. That's the matter we can't see, the matter we can't feel, the matter we can't hear. When you go into space, you can't hear anything. Like, you could see a whole planet crash together, like 2 planets crash together. You're not gonna hear anything from that big ass thing, you know? So if we think about the earth as above, so below, they say the earth is made up of 70 something percent of water. Like, most of the earth is water. So I personally, from my personal beliefs, I think that water is the physical representation of dark matter. I think that water is, I wouldn't say the universe, but it's the foundation that the universe rests upon. And I think water is one of the most taken for granted resources. It's the most valuable resource in this world. More than gold, more than silver, more than any dollar amount that we could think of. If the water is contaminated, we are contaminated, because we can also consist of 70 something percent of water, or some shit like that. Like, most of our bodies are like made of water. Like, we're damn near everything that's living is made of water. Everything needs water. Water brings balance to the world, and water isn't the most exciting, it's the most non-secular element. Like, even air too, but air is more, I would consider air to be a little bit more secular, only because in the grand scheme of things, air was one of, well, actually, I take that back. Because what I say, H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen had to come together with hydrogen to make water. So maybe air is a non-secular one too. But water represents spirituality. It represents the divine feminine. It represents creation, but it also can represent chaos and destruction. It represents, you know, like the ocean, the waves, tsunamis, and monsoons. And is that a thing? Monsoon? I think it's like a bigger version of a tsunami, but I don't know if I'm making any sense to y'all, and I don't need to make any sense because this is about water, and water is very abstract. Water does whatever the fuck it wants to do, and it goes wherever it wants to go. It does not stay still, does not in a linear line. Water is actually about chaos. It's about creation, but it's about chaos too. And people need to respect that. People need to respect that part of their nature, that we all are chaotic. You can be peaceful. Water can be peaceful, but it cannot rest. You will always have some type of motion, some type of movement. Like everything goes back to the water. They say when the world ends, it'll be swallowed up in water. And you know, I wonder why. Because the water has taken the most disrespect out of anybody, out of anything in this world. I think water is probably the most abused thing because nobody respects it. You respect it when you need it, you know, when you need it for survival. But any other time, you don't really respect it and you don't really cherish it. And anybody that feels called to the water, they feel that deeply, and they've walked that path. Anybody that feels a connection to the water element, they walk that path, and they know that it's easy to feel disrespected. It's easy to feel counted out. It's easy to feel disregarded until they need you. But nobody wants you. Like, everybody complains about water. Everybody's like, oh, I don't drink water, it tastes nasty. Like, water don't even have no taste. Water actually adapts to every other taste in this world. Like, water is gonna get you. Not in a bad way, but like, even when you drink, I mean, when you eat fruits, when you eat meat, when you eat any fucking thing, is gonna be some type of water content in there. I don't give a fuck if it's the driest bitch, you're gonna have a drop of water in there, because whatever you needed, whatever plant that is, whatever animal that it is, I'm pretty sure they had to drink some water, or they would be dried the fuck up. So, y'all, I'm so sorry for cussing. I'm trying to get monetized, and this is my first video, but I want to talk about, I just wanted to ramble on about water. I'm not saying that I know everything, but I think there are some things about water that people need to wake up and realize, like, it's divine. Water is the most divine thing. Like, have y'all ever prayed near some water? Do y'all pay attention, like, when you're in the water, do you pay attention to how the water moves towards you? Do y'all pay attention to how the waves crash over you, wanting to cleanse you? Have y'all ever talked to the water? Like, even the bathroom. Like, the bathroom is connected to water. Like, it's all about water when you go in the bathroom. You need to wash your hands. You need to use the toilet. You need to get in the shower. You need to take a bath. You need to dry off from the water. Even mirrors are connected to water, because in ancient times, before there was any mirrors, what did they use for their reflection? They used water. And I remember reading this story about, I don't know if it was a Greek god or just a random person, but they went to the water, and I think they thought they were like ugly all their life. Whoever this person is, I don't remember the story. I'm just gonna tell it. They thought they was ugly all their life until one day they went to the water and they looked into it, and they were looking and they were like, who is this person? And the person was them, and they just became so like infatuated with themselves because they didn't know that they looked that good. They didn't know that they were that attractive, that they were that sexy. They liked what they see in their reflection, and that was their first time ever seeing their reflection. And they could not move away from the water. Like, they could not stare at their reflection. Like, they were like bound to their reflection for like however long, I don't know. And I think something like tragic may have happened where they was like there for like the rest of their life or some shit, I don't know. But all of that comes from water. Not y'all. Y'all, I'm really in the bathroom. But that comes from water. Like, reflecting upon yourself, glamoring yourself, doing yourself up, that comes from water. Y'all, I'm about to get real ghetto. I'm trying not to. Okay, yeah. Even like mermaids, I know people be seeing me like talk about like mermaids and stuff like that. Mermaids are connected to water. They're all about glamour. They're all about beauty. They allure people in to their own detriment. But I was thinking the other day, and one thing about y'all gonna get to know about me is that I'm always thinking about something, like some off the wall shit. I was thinking the other day, like how mermaids are demonized, like sirens and stuff. But nobody talks about, like, when you see in the movies and stuff, like sometimes they be giving some good advice. Like, you'll see a mermaid, she'll try to lure you in or whatever, but if you a little too smart for them and you really got some like real shit going on, and like you really trying to like do something, like something important, like to save the world or something, like in the movies, they be giving the sailormen like some good advice. Like, they're very wise. Like, they'll be like, oh, my love, follow the North Star and you will find an island, and the island will have what you seek. Just remember the numbers 1, 2, 3 and it'll come to you, and you'll know what to do at that time. Like, they be on that type time too. They're not always like evil and trying to drag you under and stuff. But it's also about speaking your mind. Mermaids have a great song, they have a great voice, and it's all about speaking, like just speaking. And I guess this video isn't really like, I don't really have a message. Maybe one day I'll have a message about water. But I think I really just wanted to talk about how like mystical water is, and how divine water is, and how important water is, and how people should, I'm not saying to worship the water or anything like that, but please pay your respects. Like, pay your respects, pick up trash, pick up your litter. Like, it's not cute, because at the end of the day, if you throw something in the sewer, you throw something, flush something wrong down the toilet or something like that, or let it wash away, it's most likely gonna end up in the ocean regardless. I mean, the forest too. Oh baby, we might get into the forest one day, because for real, y'all need to be paying respects to nature in general. But let's start with the water, where purity comes from. Where purity comes from. You wanna be saved, when y'all go to church, what you gonna do? You gonna get baptized. You wanna be pure, you wanna be holy. That comes from the water. Where does purity come from? Where are we gonna find our purity if the one thing in this world that keeps us pure is tainted and contaminated? I don't know, maybe this video is about, I don't know what this video is about. The video is supposed to be about water and like spirituality and like, I don't know, y'all. But that's what I have for today. I welcome everybody to Pacino's Club. Club Pacino. I said Pacino's Club. Club Pacino. And we're going to talk more about like spirituality. We're going to talk about just philosophy and the things that I like to talk about, because this is my channel and I just want to talk about stuff that I just feel like nobody is really talking about. Like, people need to talk, and people need to think. People need to ponder about stuff. Like, there's more to life than just money and trying to be rich and, you know, stuff like that. Like, there's more to life. And I think people don't think about like the deeper aspects of life. People don't think about why we're here, what we're doing here. People think their purpose is tied to success and stuff like that. And I just want this channel to be about us just free thinkers. It's not even about like trying to be right or being wrong or speaking facts or having a title to speak, because for a long time I feel like I needed a title or some type of qualification to speak about stuff. But you are free to speak. You are free. I don't know about anybody else's channel, but you're free to comment below and speak freely about the topic of the video or anything that y'all would like me to talk about, any conversation, like just anything or idea or event that's happening in the world. Like, let's talk about it, because I think we need to talk. I think everybody needs to talk. I think I need to talk more, because I definitely have lots of things that are on my mind, and I want this channel to be a safe space for me to talk, but I would love to find community and let it be a safe space for you to talk as well. See you guys later.